Welcome to the Shadow Frequency, where the veil between this world and the next grows thin, and the things that whisper in the dark are given voice. From the cryptic candlelit studios, deep in the Indiana forests, your host, Matt Wilson, and his spectral producer, Juniper Ravenwood, unearth the forbidden, the forgotten, and the fearsome. So, still your heart, dim the light, and listen closely. For once you tune into the Shadow Frequency, you may never tune out.
Okay, let's see what the cabinet's got lined up for us tonight. You'd think after all this time I'd stop being surprised, but nope. Whoa, hold on. I've got an old photograph here.
Photograph? What's on it?
Well, it's hard to tell. It's faded, looks like an empty building front, and there's this little marking in the corner, almost like a small letter M or N.
Wait, like the mark on that ticket stub you pulled last time? The one for that concert that never happened?
Yeah, that one. Same style, same little symbol.
And that ticket said it was for the Rochester Inn in Lafayette, Indiana, which, last time we checked, doesn't exist, never has.
Exactly. And listen to this. On the back, it says Rochester, Lafayette, Indiana.
You're kidding me. So now we've got a photo tied to the same place as a ticket from a show that never was.
Oh, gets better down here in the bottom right corner, barely visible.
Well, what does it say?
Alternate timeline.
That cabinet is really leaning into the multiverse lately.
Tell me about it. I don't like the idea that there's a version of Lafayette out there with a Rochester Inn and ghost concerts.
Yeah, I'm good staying in this timeline, thanks.
Same. Let's put that one back where it belongs.
Yeah.
All right, digging deeper. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this one feels heavy. Got a folder here.
That's usually not a good sign.
Label says episode 262.
All right, what we got?
The Entity, the Doris Bither haunting.
Oh, wow. That case is brutal. One of the most disturbing hauntings ever documented.
Bylum attack, shadow form, something that didn't just haunt, it haunted.
And whatever was in that house made sure nobody who studied it ever forgot.
Yeah, this one still leaves a mark.
Sounds like the cabinet knows exactly what kind of night we're in for.
It always does. All right, Matt, let's open the file.
I'm Matt Wilson.
And I'm Juniper Ravenwood.
And this is episode 262, The Entity, the Doris Bither haunting.
You are tuned to the Shadow Frequency, where every whisper tells a story from beyond the veil. Hosted by Matt Wilson. Produced by Juniper Ravenwood. With Chris Beach. The darkness continues.
Welcome back to the Shadow Frequency, where the veil between our world and the unknown gets thinner with every episode. This time, we're diving into a case that's straight out of your worst nightmares. A haunting so violent, so invasive, it blurs the line between the physical and the ethereal.
Yeah.
Imagine a quiet suburban home in 1970s California, where an unseen force doesn't just whisper in the dark. It strikes, it restrains, it assaults. This is the story of Doris Bither, a woman tormented by entities that seem to feed on her fear. Matt, are you ready to peel back the layers on this one?
Oh, Juniper, you know how to set the stage for a spine tingler. Yeah, I'm geared up. This case has all the hallmarks of a classic poltergeist nightmare with apparitions, physical attacks, and a family pushed to the brink. Listeners, buckle in. We're about to explore one of the most infamous paranormal investigations ever. But first, thanks for that intro. Hand it back to you. What's got you hooked on this tale?
It's the sheer intensity, Matt, the way it escalates from eerie warnings to full-on terror. Can't wait to hear the details. All right, over to you to guide us into the shadows.
Thanks, Juniper, for digging into the file cabinet and unearthing this gem of a case. You always know how to find the ones that keep me up at night. All right, folks, let's crack open this file on the Doris Bither haunting, better known as the real-life inspiration behind The Entity. This isn't just some Hollywood ghost story. It's a raw, unsettling account from 1974 that still sends chills down the spines of paranormal researchers today. Picture this. It's the summer of 1974 in Culver City, California, a sleepy suburb not far from the glitz of Los Angeles. Doris Bither, a single mom in her 30s, is trying to start fresh. She's got 4 kids, 3 sons and a daughter, and life's already thrown her some curveballs. Abusive relationships, a tough upbringing, the works. She rents this modest little bungalow on Braddock Drive, number 11547, hoping for stability. But right from the get-go, things feel off. An elderly Hispanic neighbor knocks on the door and drops a bombshell. This house is evil. Bad things happened here. A woman died in the kitchen, a man in the bathroom, and a boy in the hallway. Doris brushes it off at first. Who wouldn't? But that warning, it lingers like a bad dream. Soon the weirdness starts small. Lights flicker without reason. Cold spots creep through rooms on warm summer nights. Then, the sounds. Knocks, bangs, whispers that make your skin crawl. Doris begins feeling watched, like eyes are on her even when she's alone. Her kids notice it too. The oldest, Brian, who's about 16, hears footsteps in empty hallways. The younger ones talk about shadows moving where they shouldn't. But it escalates fast, and here's where it gets truly terrifying. Doris starts getting attacked by invisible forces. She describes them as entities, 3 of them. 2 smaller ones, almost like shadowy figures with Asian features, hold her down. And then the big one. It assaults her, physically and sexually. These aren't gentle brushes. We're talking bruises, scratches, bites appearing on her body. She feels pinned to the bed, unable to move, and this unseen aggressor violates her. The pain is real, the terror overwhelming, and the worst part? Her kids witness some of it. Brian bursts into the room one night, sees his mom being dragged across the floor by nothing. He tries to help, swings at the air, and bam, he's hurled against the wall, his arm snapped like a twig. The other children see fog-like shapes darting through the house, human-sized mists that walk like people made of smoke. Furniture shifts on its own. Objects fly across rooms. The air thickens with dread, a palpable evil that chokes the life out of their home. Desperate, Doris confides in a friend who overhears 2 guys in a bookstore talking about the paranormal. Turns out they're parapsychologists from UCLA, Dr. Barry Taff and Carrie Gaynor. They're part of this unofficial lab studying the unexplained, and they agree to check it out. On August 22nd, 1974, they show up with gear, cameras, recorders, the whole 9 yards. Right away, they feel it. An intense pressure in the air, like the house is pushing back. During their first real sit-down, a frying pan launches itself from a cabinet clanging to the floor. No strings, no tricks, just pure unexplained force. Over the next 10 weeks, the investigations ramp up. They document cold spots that drop the temperature by degrees in seconds. Foul smells waft in like sulfur or rot. Lights malfunction, bulbs exploding. But the entities? They show up in force. Orbs of light appear, glowing green and pulsating, growing brighter when questions are asked, like they're responding. And then the pinnacle moment, the one that still gives me goosebumps. One night, the team packs the bedroom with over 30 witnesses, investigators, students, even some psychics. Doris calls out the entities, challenging them. The room goes icy. A greenish mist swirls from the corner, thickening into a fog, and out of it forms the upper torso of a massive, muscular man, semi-translucent, looming over everyone. It hovers there, radiating menace, before vanishing into thin air. Jaws drop, people are stunned silent. This isn't imagination, it's collective terror. The kids' stories back it up. Brian later recalls seeing those smoke-like figures prowling the halls, their forms almost human, but not quite. Playing certain music, like Black Sabbath, amps it all up. Baseball cards flying around the room like confetti from hell. The entities don't just haunt the house, they target Doris, following her essence. Even after the family flees Braddock Drive, the attacks persist in new places. Carson, San Bernardino, even Texas. Doris swears the big one impregnates her at times, though tests prove otherwise. The torment fades slowly, but never fully. She passes away in 1999, still haunted by memories. Phew, that's the meat of it so far, listeners. A family trapped in a nightmare, entities that manifest and attack. It's the stuff of pure dread. What could summon such malevolence? Hang tight, we've got more to unpack. Man, recounting that leaves me with this uneasy feeling, like something's watching over my shoulder. Juniper, what's running through your mind right now?
It's chilling, Matt, the way those entities seem so personal, so aggressive.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what's really out there in the shadows. Mm-hmm. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Right. And we've only scratched the surface.
God.
In the second half, we'll dig into the aftermath, the lingering questions, and what might have fueled this horror. But first, over to you for the break, Juniper.
Whoa, listeners, that first half has me glancing at the corners a little too often. The sheer violence of those attacks, the witnesses, it's got that creepy factor dialed up to 11. Coming up, Matt's going to take us even deeper into the investigation and what happened after Doris escaped that house. I bet you're all wondering, did it ever truly end? Stick around for more shadows. Now handing it over to Chris for a quick word.
Thanks, Juniper. And hey, don't forget, if you're enjoying the show, give us a like and subscribe. You can follow The Shadow Frequency on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and of course, all the major podcast directories. Want more? Head over to shadowfrequencypodcast.com, where you'll find every episode, our brand new Shadow blog with companion articles, and our merch store with some eerie cool swag. Plus, we'd love to hear from you. Leave us a voicemail right on the site and let us know where you're listening from. We might feature your message in an upcoming episode. And if you'd like to support the show, you can even buy us a coffee. Every bit helps keep the shadows whispering. Back to you, Juniper.
Time to fire up the Spectral Cosmic Message Materializer. Let's flip the switches. Let's see what ethereal whispers it conjures from the void. Here's a peculiar missive flickering through the ether.
Retrieved from the
Time to unfold
void.
it, discover what our shadowy correspondent had shared. All right, this one's got that perfect late night vibe, creepy and isolated. Just like our episode tonight. Comes from Barry K. in Minot, North Dakota. Says, hey, Matt, Juniper, and the whole Shadow Frequency crew. My name's Barry Tay, and I'm writing to you from Minot, North Dakota, where the wind never quits and the nights can feel like you're on the edge of the world. I usually listen during my late night shift at the service station somewhere between midnight and sunrise. It's just me, pot of burnt coffee, the hum of the coolers, and whatever shadows might be lurking outside the windows while the snow blows sideways. When things get quiet, I prop my phone up on the counter and tune in on TikTok, and suddenly the night doesn't feel so empty anymore. I'm especially hooked on your UFO and alien encounters, creepy hauntings, and the deep dive conspiracy episodes. But honestly, anything which worries while the town is asleep that makes them hit even harder. Just wanted to say thanks for keeping me company on those long shifts. You guys make the hours fly by, and you definitely made me look twice at the dark corners a lot more than once. Keep the static rolling. Barry K., listening from the shadows in North Dakota. Barry, that paints such a vivid picture. Midnight at a service station, wind howling, shadows creeping. It's like you're living in one of our episodes. Thanks for the shout out to those UFO and haunting tales. We'll keep them coming to chase away or maybe invite those lurking presences. Love hearing how the show turns those quiet nights into something electric. If you've got a story from the shadows, drop us a line at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. All right, back to the eerie depths. Matt, take it away for the second half.
You are tuned to the Shadow Frequency, where every whisper tells a story from beyond the veil. The darkness continues.
Thanks, Juniper. That mailbag hit the spot. Barry, man, props to you for braving those North Dakota nights with us. Nothing like a good haunting story to make the shadows dance, right? All right, listeners, let's plunge back into the Doris Bither case. We've covered the setup, the move to that cursed Braddock Drive house, the initial warnings, the escalating attacks. Now let's go deeper into the heart of the investigation and what lingered long after. So with Dr. Barry Taff and Carrie Gaynor on the scene, things get scientific, or as scientific as you can get when dealing with the unseen. These guys aren't ghost hunters with proton packs. They're researchers from UCLA's parapsychology lab, armed with questionnaires, cameras, and meters to measure the unmeasurable. From day one, the house fights back. Equipment glitches out. Tape recorders jam. Batteries drain in minutes. The air pressure builds like a storm's about to break, making your ears pop. And those smells? Rotten eggs, decay wafting in waves, vanishing as quick as they come. Doris opens up more during sessions. She describes the entities in detail. The two smaller ones, translucent, with vague Asian features pinning her arms and legs. The leader, this hulking presence, does the worst of it. Assaults that leave her battered, sometimes convinced she's carrying some otherworldly child. Tests always come back negative, but the fear, that's permanent. The team tries hypnosis, regressions, anything to uncover triggers. And boy, do they find them. Playing heavy rock like Black Sabbath? It's like flipping a switch. The activity explodes. One time, Brian cranks up the volume, and his baseball card collection scatters like leaves in a gale, pelting everyone. But the real meat is in those group sessions. Picture this cramped bedroom, dim lights, over 30 people crammed in, students, psychics, skeptics even. Doris at the center calls out, "Show yourselves." The temperature plummets. A green fog rolls in from nowhere, swirling like a vortex. Whispers turn to gasps as it coalesces, forming the broad shoulders, the muscular chest of a man, rising from the mist. No face, just this menacing torso, glowing faintly, hanging in the air for seconds that feel like eternity. Then poof, gone. Cameras click furiously, but the photos, they capture arcs of light bending over Doris, like energy fields. No clear figure, but those orbs, they pulse, move, respond. Taff later says it was like the entities were manifesting just enough to terrify, feeding off the collective energy. The kids' experiences add layers of creep. The daughter hides under covers from the slapping hands. The younger sons see those smoke-filled people gliding through walls, leaving trails of cold. Brian, years later, goes public. They were like people made of fog, walking with purpose. He describes one attack where the entity throws him so hard he blacks out. And it's not just physical. The house breeds chaos. Fights break out among the family. Moods swing wild. It's as if the entities stir the pot, amplifying every tension. Now, here's something to chew on. Not everyone's convinced this was purely supernatural. Some point to Doris's past. Years of trauma, abuse from parents and partners, substance issues as a possible catalyst. Maybe it was all in her head, manifesting as hallucinations or even self-inflicted harm, pulling the family into a shared delusion. But with so many outsiders witnessing the lights, the mists, the flying objects, it gives you pause. As the weeks drag on, the team theorizes it's not a classic haunting tied to the house. No, this is poltergeist stuff. Recurrent spontaneous psychokinesis, they call it. Energy bursting from Doris herself, fueled by repressed rage. But whatever it is, it clings. When the family finally bolts from Braddock Drive, packing up in terror, the entities tag along. In Carson, the assaults continue, bed shaking, bruises appearing. San Bernardino, same deal. Even in Texas, Doris feels watched, attacked sporadically. It tapers off over years, but she swears it never fully stops. By the time she dies in 1999 from health complications, the case has inspired a book and that 1982 film, The Entity, turning her private hell into public fascination. What draws these forces? Was it the house's alleged dark history or something deeper in Doris's soul? Cases like this remind us the paranormal doesn't always play by rules. It invades, it persists, leaving questions that echo in the dark. Wrapping that up, it's hard not to feel the weight of it all. A woman's life unraveled by forces we can't explain. Juniper, hit me with your take. Skeptical or spooked?
A bit of both, Matt. That skepticism angle makes sense, but those witnesses, it amps up the unease. Wild stuff.
Totally. Episodes like this leave you pondering the shadows long after. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Until next time, keep questioning the quiet. Back over to you, Juniper.
What a ride through the unknown tonight, the Doris Bither haunting. With its misty entities, violent assaults, and lingering mysteries, a true reminder that some shadows refuse to fade. Thanks for joining us on the Shadow Frequency. We love sharing these eerie tales with you. If you've got your own story or just want to say hi like Barry did, shoot us an email at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. And don't forget to visit our website, shadowfrequencypodcast.com, and follow us on all the social aunts. We'll be back with another dive into the paranormal. Don't miss it. Matt, you want to say goodnight?
Good night, listeners. Sleep with one eye open.
Sweet dreams, or not. See you in the shadows.
This episode was conjured with a solemn vow to explore the unexplained while remaining bound to the truths that have been unearthed. All interpretations are speculative and offered only for your enlightenment and your entertainment.